But what do they mean? For the last month, a special unit of Atlanta doctors has been trying to solve a small-town mystery. They are the Disease Detectives. Channel 5's Randy Travis has been on the trail, and he's here with his report.
We followed them all the way to the remote reaches of Wyoming. Starting last fall, folks there began feeling dizzy, lightheaded. Some couldn't even stand up. Well, that's given these Atlanta doctors a rare opportunity to solve a mysterious illness. Thermopolis, Wyoming, population 3,000. High up in the Rockies, people here enjoy a simple life, free from smog, crime, and congestion. It's like a scene from Northern Exposure, but with an Alfred Hitchcock twist.
You put your head down and everything starts spinning.
And you feel like you are going to fall.
I don't like it.
Somewhere, somehow, something is causing people in this town to develop vertigo. At least 60 cases so far.
It invariably struck in the morning when they first got up. The first symptom that people came in, I couldn't get my head off the pillow. And they were really dizzy then, and they got up to go to the bathroom and went staggering into walls or doors.
It hits all ages and sometimes lingers for months. The dizziness can be so bad, some here have considered suicide. Nurse Colleen Hansen was the first to become suspicious.
I didn't have any idea how many we had.
She convinced officials with the Wyoming Health Department to take a look. They, in turn, called in the Disease Detectives.
Have you ever had a spinning sensation of dizziness?
Yeah,
Her name is Lona Simonson, an epidemiologist with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in Atlanta. She's part of a special unit of doctors called the Epidemic Intelligence Service, or EIS. Their mission, solving mysteries like this anywhere in the world.
I hope it's not a mystery, because maybe it's hard to solve a real mystery. I hope it's more in the realm of things we can solve. Good morning.
Never before have researchers been able to study a cluster of vertigo cases like this. To get a handle on just how far the vertigo had spread, Dr. Simonson hit the streets, picking through the town's medical records. Then visiting each pharmacy, looking for names of anyone who bought Antivert or Transderm patches, the most popular drugs for dizziness.
So those are the sales on a monthly basis?
It's done on a yearly basis, and it goes clear back to 1987.
We think that maybe 1% of the population or more have had an onset of this form of dizziness, vertigo, this fall, and that's an awful lot of people.
At first, our disease detectives thought their culprit might be these hot mineral springs, the same springs that have made Thermopolis such a popular tourist spot. Instead, they found just the opposite. If you are exposed to these springs, you're even less likely to be a victim of vertigo.
Good job, kiddo.
Belinda Wilson runs an art gallery in town.
It's almost as though maybe you've had a few too many. You know, you're walking down the street and you're sort of going from one side to the other. You know,
she continues to suffer relapses, but daughter Catherine has made a quick recovery.
I had the flu for 4 days, and then like the third day I had it, I got the vertigo thing, and then it just went away.
Her father, Dr. Wilson, came down with the same symptoms. Our sleuth spotted their first solid lead. The vertigo may be contagious, spread from person to person.
We don't know the mode of transmission, which it would be a lot easier if we knew that it was something that spread through water or through air or whatever.
She needed healthy volunteers to compare their blood to those with vertigo. The local newspaper ran a story about the investigation. Soon, residents began showing up at the local hospital, eager to help.
How did he feel? Good.
We're hoping maybe we can find the answer to this mystery. Hopefully we can isolate a virus that is actually causing the dizziness that attacks the inner ear.
And after that, perhaps a vaccine. For the first time, people here picture their world coming back into focus.
And I hope they're going to be able to come up with some answers.
And stop a small western town from spinning out of control. Now, in some cases, the vertigo has already progressed to Meniere's disease. That's a disease that can attack the inner ear and leave the victim with violent dizziness and severe hearing loss. Researchers now believe Vincent van Gogh suffered from Meniere's disease, and that's what led to his suicide. Tomorrow night, A stranger in a strange land. What's life like for an EIS officer? Sometimes they can fall victim to the very disease they're trying to solve.